Hello, hello, and welcome to Hobby and Hang. My name is Travis. There's nobody here yet, but I believe Mr. Calvin is going to be joining me tonight. He's going to be assembling some Custodes, and I am here working on my Necrons. If you guys are here watching, thank you very much for tuning in and helping out the stream. If you haven't already, please give a like and a subscribe down below. Throw a comment in the comment section if you want to talk about anything. Follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. But yeah, this is our night. It's a more chill, relaxed night of just doing one of the things I enjoy the most about this is just the hobby part. Assembling things, putting things together, painting stuff, working on, the beautiful armies that are behind us. It's a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys are relaxing and having a good time as well. Like I said, if you guys have anything to talk about or anything to say or any questions to ask, feel free to throw it in chat. I can see it here, and I'll respond. But right now, what I am working on is my Monolith. So I have I have a couple sub-assembly pieces of a Monolith that I'm working on right now. And I'm really excited for how this is coming along. I'm really liking the look of them. The blue and the gold fits my style of Necrons really well. Right now I'm trying to wire up a bunch of LEDs for it, which is proving to be difficult for the places that I want to put the LEDs. But aside from that, it's going pretty well. As you can see here on the turntable, I have my Azrak the Annihilator model spinning around on the turntable here. If you would like to win an Azrak the Annihilator, if you didn't get your hands on the limited edition version, we are doing a giveaway with our channel. At the end of the month, we're going to draw a person that has the subscriber role from our Discord. That person's going to win a new and in-box Azrak the Annihilator. Mr. Calvin just walked into my house.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Calvin.
Give me some water first.
All right, sounds good, man. And yeah, so the way that you win that giveaway, we did a video on it. You should check out the video. It's a little bit pretty simple. You subscribe to the channel, you hop into our Discord, you get the subscriber role within our Discord. And that's it. That's all you need to do. At the end of the month, we'll draw to see who wins, and we will ship it out to you free of charge. So that is exciting. I'm going to continue trying to fish this wire through this part of the Monolith. My goal is I have like 12 LEDs that I want to light up on this Monolith in the engine compartments and in the kind of ventilation shaft bits here. These are fairly easy. I've already drilled the holes in those, and those I can fit in pretty easily. So I'm working on these engine bits, and I'm trying to figure out how to fish this tiny little LED up through the hole here. And it's proving to be a bit obnoxious, I will say, which is unfortunate. But I have this thread that my wife gave me, and I'm trying to figure out how to find the end of the thread so that I can hopefully fish these LEDs through. But yeah. Hey, Sean. Yes, I'm super excited to finish up this Monolith and get it out on the table. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, look, it's Mr. Calvin.
Hey, it's me. There you go, sir.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Doesn't matter which one. Oh no, are we talking to that mic?
Yeah, it's just open.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't need a mic.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late, folks. Life happens.
It does indeed. It does indeed happen. What you got going on tonight, Mr. Calvin?
Oh, we're on an unboxing video.
Ooh, we're an unboxing channel. Surprise.
Surprise.
So you've got yourself the Watchers of the Gate.
Yes.
Well, I have 2 of them. There's a slight Christmas kerfuffle with my wife. So I mentioned in passing that this was a thing to my wife, and but I thought to myself, there's no way she's going to buy it for me, and they're going to sell like hotcakes. There's no way I'm going to get one on Christmas. So I bought one myself when it came out, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then my wife found out and was miffed, maybe? Well, miffed might be the right word with me.
You spoiled the surprise. She wanted to give you something nice, and you had already bought that nice thing for yourself.
Yes.
Happens to the best of us.
But I was able to convince her to let me have both boxes because I definitely had a use for both boxes. So
it's true.
It'll top me out on the most guard you can play in a single list.
It's true. That's true.
Which you'll see eventually.
So yeah, there's a lot of models there.
There's a lot of models there, and now 2 of them.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I now have 2 Trajans for sale. If you're somehow a Custodes player out there and don't somehow have a Trajan, hit me up.
Or
sell them for cheap.
Or you want the bits from Trajan to make some scenic dead bodies on the bottom of your bases.
Who might do that, Charles?
If no one buys it, I might.
I've been telling you, your Bellicor model, you need to magnetize the dead Marine on it.
Yeah.
And you need to print out a dead body of every faction that we can just, whoever you're playing that day, you can just swap out the Marine. If it's Custodes, you put a dead Custodes there, you put a dead Tal there, or what have you. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Jarrett Morrison, any thoughts on the 10th edition leaks? I haven't read anything. I don't give an awful lot of credence to any leaks in general, because a lot of times you can't prove it. Like who knows what it's gonna be. So I haven't seen anything. If you want to throw in chat some interesting things that came from the leaks, we can talk about that. But yeah, I haven't read anything about 10th edition leaks, because it seems like the ones that I've read so far have been kind of bounce back and forth. Whether it's 10th edition is going to be like a full rules reset, it's going to be real crazy, and then there's other ones that are like, it's going to be more of a soft reset. It's not going to be as big, but it's kind of all over the board from what I've seen.
I'm excited though.
For 10th edition?
Yeah, well, I mean, change it up, see what's different, see how they can make it worse.
Yeah. Woohoo, Monolith, that's right, Yoda Tech. Working on that Monolith. Trying to get it going here.
Travis?
Yeah.
Who got you that Monolith?
You got me that Monolith. That's right. You got it for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
It was a very nice Christmas gift.
Look at all these sprues. There's so many sprues.
I may or may not have spent somewhere close to the cost of the Monolith
on LEDs
to put LEDs and stuff on the Monolith. If the leaks are true, they'll be announced soon anyway. So I haven't been paying attention to the leaks. Yeah, I'm kind of there with you, Sean. Building 10 flayed ones tonight, Yoda Tech. That is that's going to be an accomplishment to build that many flayed ones in one night.
They're so fiddly.
They're very fiddly.
Let's see.
All right, I got this thread done. I got a thread out. I'm trying to. So I was showing this to the stream earlier. So these are easy. It's just a hole through. It comes out the back.
Right.
You feed that through. It can glue it in. That's easy.
Right.
I want to also LED these engines. These not so easy because there's like I can't just go straight, right? So I have to come up through the bottom of it, and then out the side. And I'm trying to figure out how to take these wires and get them.
So did you drill a hole there?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I drilled this hole here and I drilled the hole here. So now I'm trying to figure out how to fish these. Eric Wall bits I saw were June timeline. Yeah, I've heard June timeline too, which I think fits with like a proper time frame. Dark Angel versus Tyrannid's main box with potentially a new Tyrannid monster. And Lion in plastic. I mean, that's what a lot of people want. There's some rumors on... Because I think...
You know we're getting Fulgrim in plastic. I mean,
yeah.
If we keep with that pattern.
Yeah, from what I've heard... So, 9th edition was the first edition that I played. Same for Mr. Kaufman. We got into this game at the same time. So this is...
His fault.
This is our first... new edition coming out. But from what I've heard, they often do like a big kind of campaign lore drop before the new edition, which is kind of what they're doing right now with the Arcs of Omen books. Like, there's a bunch of Arcs of Omen books coming out over the summer, and then new edition. So I think it's like what they're doing is fitting with their current usual narrative. But yeah, it's who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen?
Who can know besides James himself doesn't even know
James
yet.
Workshop doesn't really know
He's still figuring it out.
everything. Yeah. I just want plastic Eldar updates. You know, I want plastic Eldar updates for you too. I don't play the army, but I would love to see those models. I think they're really cool. So what didn't
You can just 3D print some little chickens for your LR because that's how they play.
because what was it? Avatar of Cain came out last year, and he was the one that won like best model
for the year,
of the year. And I was happy to see him win because I voted for him. Because I was like, yeah, that's probably... I feel like that... To me, that was like the best model of the year, really.
It was a pretty cool model.
Yeah.
And, yeah, since Blade Wizard technically came out the year prior.
Came out the year before, yeah.
December of 21.
And I know your bias to Custodes, but if you put the Blade Champion, which is basically just the Custodes with a sword.
And a cool cape. And a cool helmet.
I think I've stuck this wire into my... my model. Oh no! If you put that next to the new Avatar of Cain model, can you seriously say that like the Blade Wizard's cooler than the Avatar of Cain?
Well, if you put a Blade Wizard next to an Avatar of Cain model, the Avatar of Cain model just dies. So
that's not what I'm asking. Best new model.
Yeah, one kills the other.
No, it's not. It's not how.
Probably the Avatar of Cain. That's fine.
Yeah.
I have no heartburn about
that. It's just such a cool
silly
model, yeah. Ugh.
So I am focusing on bikes. Bikes. Start with bikes because I finally have enough bikes to do the all bikes list. Did you know you can play 20? Now thanks to Arcs Omen, you can play 20 bikes in a Custodes list.
You say oops. I don't think you mean oops. I think it was entirely on purpose.
There's all bikes
you have
here.
So many bikes.
Oops, all bikes and 2 Terminators. That's the whole list. 3x6, 3x6 bikes, 2 bike captains, 2 Terminators. Look for it here on this channel at some time. Annoying Travis if you want to see a million bikes shooting a million salvo shots and killing a monolith.
That they will. They will murder that monolith, especially if I don't go first.
So good.
And, well, but the monolith is going to be in Deep Strike. So it's going to come down at some point, and then you'll kill it. Sure.
Or maybe I'll just ignore it. Depends. That's the kind of list where like the monolith's going to come down and kill the lone Terminator. You're
not going to ignore it. The monolith has good guns on it.
What are the range on its guns?
24 inches on the death rays.
Sure.
And then 36 inches on the particle whip.
Sure.
But it's coming down 9 inches away from you. Oh, this is going to be really annoying. I have to do this 6 times. I haven't even done it once.
No one said you had to put LED.
No, I have to.
It's not. If you look at your monolith, one of these.
I have to.
There's
I have
nowhere
to do
near
it. I bought the
LEDs.
LEDs. I have to do it.
So.
Come on. Go through. Yeah, boy. We got there.
Oh, yeah.
My lovely wife bringing us cookies. Yeah, just pass it down.
There we go. Yes, cookies. I did it all for the cookie. What the cookie? Oh, I have kids at home. Thanks. I don't need.
I'm gonna go see your wife.
Have a good one.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, my bike. My Bic. So yes, once I get all these models assembled and painted, that's like another 3,000 points of Custodes. So I'll be up to 13,000 points of Custodes.
Yeah, it's like 5 models. 3,000 points, 5 models. It's crazy.
No, it's literally 44 models.
It's like 5 models.
It's like models. And hey, chat, tell me if you want a trade-in. I've got a trade-in. I've got 2 extra trade-ins for sale.
Hey, chat.
Actually, probably should donate one to a giveaway. That might be a good idea too.
Yeah, we could do that.
That would be probably a good idea.
Yeah.
So I have 1 trade-in for sale.
giveaway's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
good use for trading.
Yeah.
I already gave away the one extra bike. So, bikes come in groups of 3s. But the most bikes you can play in a single list is 20. And for those of you who are
I
slow
feel
at
like
math,
20 doesn't divide into 3 very well.
leaves you with one
right?
extra.
Yeah.
So I had to one of my very first bikes I built. The lance broke off when I was painting it, in the process of painting it. So I cannibalized the lance from that 21st bike to fix the first bike. And then I took a Vexilla and gave that bike that lost its lance a Vexilla.
I did it, Calvin. I
Let's
fished
see
it. I fished it through. Look,
All right,
it's there.
Now do it 5 more times.
Yeah, exactly right.
So Mr. Steven's going to paint up a cool bike with a Vexilla and hopefully display it here sometime.
Yeah, he wanted to test out some new cool gold paints.
He said he had some fancy cool gold.
Yeah, wanted to see how it worked out.
I'm always in the market for fancy cool gold.
Love gold.
I love gold.
All right, so I fished that through. That is done, and now I will stupidly test the LED to make sure that it works.
Caleb, you should have been here if you wanted a cookie.
I want a cookie. Yeah.
Caleb, you know where the house is. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington D.C. Just show up and say you're there for the cookie.
They like it when people show up at that location.
They don't really. Not unannounced.
I mean, people show up all unannounced out the front of it all the time.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah. Across that big black fence, though, you might be in for a little bit of a
Pew pew.
or at least a rough time.
At least a zap zap.
At least a zap. Getting manhandled.
Okay, the LED works.
Let me see.
There it is.
Beautiful.
There it is. The LED works. Okay. So that has been fished.
Yeah. So now that your wife is out of the basement, how much do those LEDs cost then? Almost a monolith, like $100 in.
I think all in I was like around 70
Okay.
for the LEDs because it was like 12 of the smaller LEDs and then I got these like lightning version LEDs. Yeah. So it was. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't, monolith level of cost for the LEDs, but it was not a small amount of cost.
Right. And they can be whatever color you want, right?
Yeah. They've got all sorts of colors on the.
But you can't. But like, they're all just the bright colors. So you can't make them. That'd be stupid. You can't make it faded green, but like you can make it just bright green.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just all the like primary colors or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's pretty cool though.
Rapid onslaught lead poisoning. I don't know what you're on, Eric, but I'm here for it.
No, if you cross the fence,
Oh,
you'll get acute lead poisoning.
gotcha. Rapid onset lead poisoning.
Yeah.
I feel like the Secret Service don't use lead.
I mean, what does a standard 9mm use? If not lead, it's not steel.
Steel? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't chew on my bullets.
I'm copper jacketed, but yeah, maybe a lead center
Lead center.
on the copper jacket.
But the copper will prevent infection from anything else because that's what copper does.
Right. Yeah.
So.
So there you go. Yeah, the copper prevents the infection of the bullet
Or something.
or something.
Yes, I've already assembled 5 bikes. I'm now assembling bikes 6 through 8, and then I can start painting them.
Assemble.
So as far as after this, I won't need to buy many custodies things. I'll need 8 more Terminators for a full 3x6 Terminators. Mm-hmm. And that's about it for plastic. I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, Wardens. Since they're suddenly the new hotness,
You're gonna need Warren.
I need at least 1 box of Wardens. I knew it for the Coronas list, but apparently I'm gonna need like 4 boxes of Wardens because people are playing. Another guy did well. He didn't win, but he was playing 3 bricks of Wardens, 10, 10, and 9.
Trace wardens. Rubber. Yeah, rubber bullets. That's what the Secret Service uses. I'm sure of it.
Budget cuts, man. Actually,
Something.
they're probably not actually cheaper.
They probably aren't. Yeah.
Here, should I put every single piece I cut out on the close-up thing? Look at that. Look at that piece. Look at that. Look at that salvo launcher piece.
Look at that piece.
Pew pew.
It's a nice piece.
That piece right there, D3
I like-
plus 3 damage. That piece.
I like your piece. Wait, what?
Got a big salvo on his hip. How's the song go? Big iron, big salvo.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, fine. Someone in chat got the joke and appreciated it, but not you.
Nope. You aren't wrong. Come on.
No, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure the jacket actually helps it penetrate, and it prevents the. Ooh, look at that! I'm pretty sure it prevents the lead from.
Hold that there.
Yeah.
Hold it right there.
I'm pretty sure it prevents the lead from mushrooming too much when it hits. Now you do want to hollow points. They mushroom a lot of it, but it's not like because like in the Civil War, right? They used just unjacketed lead balls.
Look at that.
Ooh, look at that! Whoa, 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 whoa. And those, when they hit you, they literally flatten and make a much larger wound out the back, like a huge wound. But they're also like 50 cal.
All right, now imagine that. Five more times.
5 more times.
Is what I've got to do. But it's in there. It's glued in there now, too. It's not coming out.
Pretty cool.
There's no going back.
You can't just LED 1.
No, you got to do all
You
6.
gotta do all 6.
All 6. About the price of eggs. Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, I need to put this stupid little birdie. These bikes got a bird on the front. Well, I want to know. Azrael, that's that Dark Angels guy, right?
Yeah.
He must. Where did he get his jet bike?
They're getting a new model for him, too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Lord Asriel.
Well, then he can return the jet bike he stole from the Custodes and give it back to Terra.
I think they should just give it to all Marines.
Nah.
I think that Marines should get jet bikes, is what I think. What I would love to see.
Marines don't get the cool stuff Custodes gets. Custodes, we're better than you, and we know it.
Unless you want to forward deploy.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, I don't think we have literally 0 forward deploy in our book.
You have a pregame move, right? If you take emissaries.
Oh yeah, for like 2 CP.
Mm-hmm.
Core locked though. Otherwise, I totally would have done that for the Orion list. Could you imagine if the Orion got a pregame move?
Oh God, yeah.
Rip the Orion list. Dead until 10th edition. That's another reason I'm excited for 10th edition. Maybe it'll be viable again.
It won't.
How are you drilling it? You got this little tiny hand
A
drill.
little hand drill. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I learned my lesson with not using like giant power tools to
Right.
drill holes. I put a drill bit through
Oh, I forgot
through
about
this
that.
finger. I was drilling out magnet holes on a armiger, and when I had a big drill, which is the worst idea. Don't ever do this. I had a big drill, and a drill bit, and I'm trying to like drill through like a small bit, and I'm like drilling, and just straight through my finger. I still have a scar. Yeah. Got a scar right
Yeah,
there.
look at that.
Yeah. You can show it. I've got a scar.
That little dot
got
right
a scar right there. Yeah. For going through that, and that was fun. Went to the hospital, got X-rays and stuff to make sure that something wasn't broken on the inside. I guess.
Right. Did you
Blood for the Blood God. Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Was that your worst 40K hobby injury so far?
Yeah.
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 So my worst one, probably just as bad. Maybe not as bad. I don't know. So
Did you go to the hospital?
That's fair. I didn't.
Probably
go to the
not
hospital.
as bad.
Fair. That's probably not as bad. But came close. But I was like, eh. So you got me those fancy bases, right?
Yeah.
That you print me those really
Yeah.
cool. He prints me these really cool palace bases that I then painted to look like marble. But I already had been playing for a while, so I had models on old bases. So I got out a X-Acto knife. I was sitting there trying to wedge it underneath like a Terminator's foot to pop them off, right?
Mm.
And I slashed myself real good right here.
Ouch.
So it was like a flap of skin. Scar cam. Let's see if you can see it. Oh, there we go. It's might be harder to see than his because his is a nice little red dot.
Yeah.
But it's still there.
Got that fairer skin.
The Ferris Manus skin.
Ferris Manus skin.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Something
That'd
like
be
that.
like the opposite.
Something. Ferris Manus. All right. I've drilled the 2 holes.
Was
Now I have
Edward
to fish
Scissors?
this.
Question for chat. Was Edward Scissorhands a pre-incarnate Ferris Manus?
Or was he more Admech?
Hmm.
Get them scissors.
I've never actually seen the movie. Was he born that
I've
way?
actually never seen the movie either.
Was he born that way?
I
or
know.
did-
I know. Steven's probably in chat being like, "You've never seen it, no."
Sorry, Steven. We're not 50 here. This is the.
Oh, ouch.
Steven, I'm kidding. Steven, I hurt you.
I don't even know how old a 50-year-old would be when Edward Scissorhands came out.
It was like an 80s movie, wasn't it? You'd probably be as old as Edward Scissorhands. Isn't that how old Johnny Depp is? I guess I don't know. All right. This has been Johnny Depp Talk. Tune in next week when we discuss the appeal by Amanda, whatever her name is.
Amber Heard.
That one.
Amanda. Shows you how much you pay attention.
I've just received word from the studio that I've been fired from Johnny Death Chat for not knowing.
Oh my gosh. Flayed ones are by far the worst thing I've ever had to build. Yeah, they're real bad. Yep.
I mean, how many do you have over here?
Real ones? I have 6.
I was just say, but then you have a bunch of printed ones, right?
Yeah.
And those you don't have to assemble.
No, because I digitally assembled them.
Right.
I digitally pre-assembled them.
Because you were like, I'm not doing this.
Uh-huh. Yeah. They came with a whole bunch of pieces from the creator of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I digitally pre-assembled them and printed it all as one thing.
Did you print? Do you have like the full 60? Like 3x20 or whatever, right? That's the most you can run, right?
I don't.
Okay.
Because
Is that something you would want to do ever?
I don't know. Maybe it's a very memey sort of thing to do. So I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Maybe I'm a weirdo, but I love just picking a unit and playing as most of them as I possibly can in the list.
Yeah.
But I wait for
It's a
your
lot
data sheets to
easier.
do.
It's a lot easier in Custodes to do that,
Yeah,
for sure,
sure.
right?
Yeah, the most you're talking is like the absolute most you're talking is like 30 spear guard or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like I could take a unit of 20 flayed ones, and that's one unit,
That's what, and you could do it 2 more times.
and that's only 200 points.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Trajan, 30 spear guard, 9 shield guard. That's a list. That's 2,000 points.
Yeah. Why won't you go in?
I bet that'd be a very annoying list to play against. So I'm looking forward
That
to
many
doing
flayed
it.
ones, or
That many just custody squads. 10 3-man custody squads of spears and then one big 9 shield guard squad. That's the hope. The hope is
annoying.
it's too many T5 4 invul bodies to kill.
Yeah.
Basically. All OPSEC, that kind of thing.
Yeah, flayed ones are quite annoying. Illuminator Xeris is a rather annoying Necron model to build as well.
Thankfully, you only need one of him.
But I'll tell you what, after you get done assembling some flayed ones, he's not that bad. You're like, oh yeah, he's got some finicky parts, but the reality is you'll be like, oh, he's not that terrible. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get through there. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we got the wire through. The wire is attached to a thread, and then I attach that thread to the LED.
And then we mail it to ourselves. And when it arrives,
We
smash it with a hammer!
Yeah.
Or to save on postage, I can just poison him with this.
My kids love that movie.
I love that movie.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey Golda, how's it going, bud?
Golda! What? Welcome, Golda.
All right. Fishing line. We thought we were assembling models, but instead we're fishing.
Nope. It's not coming quick enough. I was trying to think of some kind of Necron fishing pond. I can't. Nope, it's not coming to me. Sometimes they could just strike out of the blue. Sometimes I can stare at a thing for a while and not make it happen. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. And the world is worse off for it.
Is it? Yeah, buddy. All right.
Yeah, boy.
I'm getting the hang of this. That's good.
Oh no. I'm trying to think what the fiddliest Custodes model is. They're not super fiddly. They got nothing on played ones as far as fiddliness.
Yeah. Blissbarb archers were the worst. What are Blissbarb archers a part of? I'm assuming it's an Age of Sigmar thing because I don't recognize it. Okay, I tied this on here in a way that it would be easy to untie after it comes through, and for some reason, it's not.
Isaac, I'm putting together bikes. Well, I'm putting together the whole Watchers of the Gate box, but we're starting with the bikes.
There we go. Got it.
Let's not lose our bike stands.
Age of Sigmar, yeah. Okay. What is Calvin putting together?
I got all those. I got all those.
Okay.
Oh, no, I gotta do those next. So, Jarvis,
Yes.
not paying attention to rumors aside, what kind of general trend are you hoping for 10th edition? What kind of different general change?
That's a really hard question because I actually really like 9th edition. Like, I don't know. Like, I like it.
What's your least favorite part of 9th edition, then? What's your, as far as having played no other editions and not having much to compare it to?
Right.
How about this? What's your least favorite part of the game? The gameplay itself? Because maybe you'll see a change come 10th edition.
I think I like it a lot. I really do. I like 9th edition a lot. I think what I would like to see them do to like change things up a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would probably be I don't know. I kind of dislike the idea of things that are like anti-personnel weapons, like, you know, your average bolter, right? That's like strength 4 with AP 0. I dislike that weapon can hurt a tank.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of that. I understand for game balance wise or whatever, there's arguments for it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it.
I know in editions prior that they weren't able to.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. So I think I wouldn't mind something like that where it's like, if I don't know, like, yeah, if you're shooting at something and it's like just get rid of six's wound. Just get rid of it. Like if you're shooting at something and it's less than half the toughness of the thing you're shooting at,
you just can't.
You just can't wound it.
Sure.
Right? Is what I think I would like, because then that would also like get rid of things where it's like, oh, like 6 is to hit auto wound.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they still can't wound.
Right.
Like, and so it would kind of get rid of that. It still would work for everything else,
Yeah.
just not for like, I don't want.
I mean, if you and 20 of your buddies shot AKs at a Sherman, you're not going to.
It still doesn't do anything. Yeah.
You might knock out a headlight or whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of. It's a bit of a nitpick.
That's a fair one, and I've seen other people talk about that online, so I kind of agree.
Yeah.
It would also speed up the game a little bit doing that, because now, since there is a chance for your bolters to wound that tank, you're going to roll the dice because you might spike it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they might have a terrible save.
Right.
Like Bellicor, is he T7 or T8?
He's T7, I believe.
Okay, well, still, like, remember when a random shield guard or spear guard plinked the last 2 hits damage off of one of our moves? Remember that? Like, that wouldn't be possible.
Right. Because yeah. So, I don't know. I think maybe that would be on my 10th edition wish list, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not necessarily like, oh, I want these things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also not necessarily really holding on to ninth edition, where I'm like, oh, I don't want it to go away. I really enjoy it. I like it. I like ninth edition. I'd love for them to take, not necessarily do like a hard rules reset, but take like the cool stuff of ninth edition and keep it, right? And have more of like a soft reset, but we're going to change a few things just to, shake things up or whatever, right?
Right.
Like, I'm okay with that too. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited for something new.
Okay.
Something new, something exciting with 10th edition. I'm not down, or I'm not like down on it or whatever. The other reason I would really like for them to do more of like a soft reset, and not like, oh, we're changing everything, is because I don't know. Like, I play a few armies, and I bought a few codexes. And I would rather those codexes not be like completely invalid, right?
Right.
And I would feel really bad for like people who are going to get into World Eaters, or people who Guard finally got their new codex. They finally got it, and if then like in June, they're like, yeah, all those codexes don't mean anything anymore.
Right.
Throw them out. Right. That would be pretty feels bad. I wouldn't like that, like at all. So, I like the codex system. I kind of like the way that it works.
I wish it was digital, but
I do too. But I'm also a realist in that, and in that I recognize that like
they want money.
they're not. Yeah, I mean they're a company that is beholden to shareholders. Like they have to make money,
right?
So. Any good tips on what to do with an old army codex? I can't help you there. I've never had an old army codex because 9th edition's my first edition. I potentially will have a bunch of old army codexes. They're just collectibles at that point, right?
Collectibles that no one's going to want to buy, but you have them.
Well, they're your collectible.
Sure.
Right? Like they're for you. They're not like, I don't know. There's some people out there that are like, ooh, like you have all the codexes from everything. Like, I don't know. Like, that's interesting. But like they suddenly become more. The first half of them become more interesting than the second half.
Sure.
For sure. Right. Where it's like, oh, now there's all this lore.
Yeah.
Right. They become like a coffee table book. Right. Sit down and read the lore. Delve into the
deep lore of this complex golden character.
Yeah.
Psychers suck. Anti-mage is
Magnus!
Anti-mage is just a teleporting custodies.
Yeah. They do make for great art. Yep. There's lots of cool art in the codex. There's lots of cool lore in the codex. Yeah. I mean, they're not entirely useless once the new thing comes out. They're useless for game purposes, for sure. I mean, I won't shy away from that. But
thanks for asking what I'm looking forward to in 10th edition, Travis. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, what are you looking forward to in 10th edition, Calvin?
Well, legitimately, I don't like the schoolyard power creep, if you will, that happened over the course of 9th edition. I have a regular save. Well, I shoot it. Okay, well now I have an invul save. Well, now I have a gun that ignores invul saves. Well, now I have demonic saves. It's literally,
I mean, only one faction got demon saves. Like, it's not like everybody got a demon save.
No, but like it's that progression. It was the arms race, if you will, of different types of saves. It literally felt like when you're 8 and playing on the schoolyard with your friends. I shoot you with my laser. I say force field, and you say anti force field gun, and I say anti force field gun force field.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. So
it's also a hobby war game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of what we
it
do
felt
too.
rather ham-fisted.
Sure.
And lame. And things shouldn't ignore invul saves, says the Custodes player.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a little bit biased on that side of like the army that literally tells everybody else that they don't get to use their rules
No.
doesn't like it when we don't let you use your
No.
rules.
I'm not telling you to use your rules. You get to use all your rules.
No re-rolls. Transhuman.
You have a transhuman. You have ways to turn off re-rolls.
No, I don't.
Everyone else is getting more ways to turn off re-rolls than we are. They nerfed it.
I don't have ways to turn off re-rolls. Sorry. Infiltrators for AdMech.
Yeah.
If you shoot them and you're inside 12 inches of them, you can't re-roll any shots into them. It's a bad rule. It doesn't come up and it doesn't matter. Because they're toughness 3, like 2 wound things with like a 5 up invuln. Like they're not durable. So you're like, oh, I don't get to re-roll? Cool. I guess I'll just kill them anyway. If it was like, if it was like
Be'lakor
inside,
stops re-rolls, doesn't he? You can't re-roll against
okay,
Be'lakor.
yeah, Be'lakor, sure. I'll give you that one. I dropped the tiny LED. Come back, tiny LED. Okay.
But yeah, so that, and then just the crazy number of mortals, which again, a little biased. I would love to play, a different shield host.
I was gonna say you play an army that has a 4-up feel no pain against mortals.
I would love to play a different shield host occasionally at a tournament, but
there's people who do and get away with it.
well, even win sometimes.
Yeah.
You just have to dodge those matchups, I guess.
I mean, that's the long and the short of really anything.
Sure,
Like,
it's true.
there's a certain level of luck to winning a tournament where you're like, yeah, my army isn't super great at X matchup, right?
But I didn't see them all day.
But hopefully I just don't play against them,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. Any competitive game that isn't chess.
Yeah.
I guess even chess.
Well, then at that point, you're hoping to dodge certain players.
Yeah, certain players who play certain ways, maybe.
Right. But even, like, I don't know, I read a while back that, like, a lot of the high-level Grandmaster games just end up in ties anyway.
Yeah, because they don't want to lose the yellow.
So...
Unless it's like, like a big tournament or whatever, you know what I mean? Like the World Championship or whatever,
Yeah. Oh, how's everybody in chat doing? What are you guys working on tonight? I want to know. Like, what are you putting together? I know, who was it? Yodatek's putting together flayed ones because he's apparently a masochist, pseudo-masochist. He wants to hurt himself.
Gold is putting together either an Exocrine or a Carnifex. Let us know.
That's right.
Gola.
Yeah. I'm really excited about you getting those Exocrines, or the Exocrine and the Carnifexes.
It'll really help your list, I think,
Yeah.
because it'll give you some real tough boys who do good shooting. Exocrine shooting is insane.
It's really good, right?
That's like it's like it's 6 plus D3 damage or whatever, right? And gosh, what else? It has some other crazy.
It used to be flat 3, but
I don't think
they made it better,
it ignores invuls, but it has some other crazy buffs to it.
Maybe there's a stratagem element. I don't know. Tyranids are just insane in general. So, just finished some Phase 2 clone troopers for Star Wars Legion. Cool. Star Wars Legion looks fun.
I haven't looked at it at all.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, it's like you get. Get the models and you paint them and put stuff together and whatever. I don't know anything about like the rules of how to play it, but I know a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
I like Star Wars, and collecting those like Star Wars models would be neat. Look, it's a bike.
It's a bike. Look at that. Look at that beautiful
Calvin
bike.
has assembled un bike.
Now it's time to put a guy on a bike. Step 1,
Put
get
the
a
guy
bike.
on.
Actually,
put together a bike. Step 2, put the guy on the bike.
Put the guy on a bike.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I didn't put this fin on yet, but
I have fished 3 of them. Halfway done with the LEDs here.
that's what you're gonna do all night. You're gonna take it just doing those LEDs, huh?
I'm getting there, man. You gotta. Yeah, I'm excited. It looks really cool.
It's gonna look amazing.
It's gonna be real neat.
You're gonna have.
For sure.
There was no way to put like a glowing thing in here. That's
No, I'm not going that crazy. I am going to. I got these like larger LEDs.
yeah.
These guys here that they flash.
Yeah.
In like a couple different places, and I've been debating where to put them. I'm thinking about even just putting them like on the tip of the wraiths like little probe things.
Yeah.
And have them like flash as it's like
Sure.
like probing the orb.
Or you're just pondering your orb.
Ponder the orb. Yeah. It's a fresh change from 40K Star Wars Legion.
Sure.
Yeah. So is it So you said clone troopers. I've seen like Empire era stuff too. Like you can get like Chewbacca and like Princess Leia and stuff like that as like heroes. So obviously, like, is Star Wars Legion, does it like encompass like all of Star Wars? Like you can play as clone troopers, you can play as like a droid army, you can play as like all sorts of things. Could I play the droid army versus like
The Rebel
First
Alliance.
Order maybe, or something like, or yeah, Rebel Alliance or whatever? Is that a matchup that I could play?
Or is it more like 30k, 40k?
I don't like the rules in Legion. Okay, yeah. I know nothing about the rules, so I just see. I'm a sucker for Star Wars. I like Star Wars a lot, and I see like, oh, I could own these models, and like paint these models, and it piques my interest a little bit. Not as much as Angron, to be fair.
Now, but if you pick Empire, that's a lot of white you're painting with. I know you don't like painting with white.
Yeah, but I could airbrush it a lot.
Sure.
Like a lot of it. Airbrushing white's not too bad.
Sure. That's what you did with Golan, right? You just as his base, you airbrushed him. You didn't do that manually, right?
Yeah, and then I had to do all the gold gilding, and then I had to
Without
clean up all
ruining-
the white, and then I had to go back and do more gold, and then I had to clean up the white, and then I had to go back and clean up the gold.
Yeah.
There's a lot of back and forth because it's a lot of gilding. There are rebels, clones, separatists, and empire, and you can play against anyone. That's kind of neat.
Cool.
I'm into that.
Was the only 4 factions? Is there like a gangster faction, a Hut, like a Hut mafia faction? Because I don't know if you guys, did you ever play Star Wars Empire at War? The massive.
Yes, I love
The
Empire.
expansion had like the.
There's still weirdly a large following for Empire at War.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a big modding community for it, and like a lot of people still play Empire at War.
That game was a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah. I liked the there was a there was like an Age of Empires 2
Star Wars
like,
clone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was Star Wars.
that called-
I played the heck out of that game.
I played it a little bit. It was called like Galactic Battlefield or something.
Like that, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you could play as like the Gungans and the yeah. I mean, it was basically Age of Empires.
It was 4 resources. People
Yeah,
people
it was
build,
Age of Empires.
People
Yeah, it was
build
built
buildings.
on the same engine. Yeah.
Yep. People build buildings as opposed to building buildings.
Yeah. Here, there's a new Syndicate faction. Oh, there's a new Syndicate. The new Syndicate faction is broken. Okay. Well, if it's new, it's got to be broken. Otherwise, they won't sell any models. We learned that from GW.
We learned that from dwarves.
Yeah.
And then after you pre-bought all your boxes, the Nerf hammer comes down.
Yeah. I mean, reading, like, so I'm looking at getting into World Eaters and reading their new rules. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're not really broken.
Yeah.
They're good at what they do, but what they do is melee, and the meta has definitely hard shifted to like shooting
Sure.
focused. So World Eaters are kind of like, we would love to go up against another melee army because we're really good at melee. And then the meta's like, nope, all shooting. And you're like, oh,
I'll give you that chance, Travis.
okay. That'll be fun.
That would be fun. Custodians versus World Eaters.
I'm excited.
'Cause
There
we also
are a
love
few
melee.
rules that World Eaters have that are really good, but it's like, I don't know. I'm interested to see, as 10th edition comes out, the changes that are made, because it feels like the last few codexes that have come out are an interesting like divergence from the way most 9th edition codexes were.
Sure. Elaborate on that.
So the World Eaters Codex has 8 stratagems.
Yeah.
Just 8.
Are they all good ones? I guess we haven't seen them yet, have we?
We have.
Are they all good, useful?
There's some decent ones. They're not. Yeah, they're
like-
not all great all the time, but there's some that are just like, yeah, this is gonna be a button that I hit.
Because
like,
other books have like 25 of them, but like 10 of them are just useless.
Yeah, and they're not like super niche necessarily. Like a lot of them are just core locked,
Okay.
right? And you're like, okay, you can't do this with like Exalted 8 bound or whatever, right? But like a lot of the codex is core still. but yeah, like there's a fight on death stratagem. There's a sixes to wound are mortals in addition stratagem. There's a heroic 6 inches stratagem, which is pretty neat. But yeah, it's all just like a core unit can do it. You know, it's not like this is restricted to just this one.
Oh, sure.
Like if you look at like the Admech Codex, it's like here are all these it's like 3 pages of stratagems, and like half of them are restricted to like one unit.
Right.
It's like you can do this with Taurasi, and you're like okay, but nothing else. It's like nope, just those. And you're like, all right, neat. So if I don't take Taurasi, this stratagem is completely useless.
Right.
So I'm kind of like it's interesting to see this kind of change or whatever. But yeah, there's 8 stratagems, and then there's 8 more stratagems that are locked behind basically an army of renown for world leaders. Like it's like in the Codex they don't call it an army of renown. It's like I don't know what they call it. It's like just a different way to play the army, but it's basically an army of renown. It's you have to take Angron as your warlord, I think, and then you can only take like things that have like the demon keywords. So it's like 8-bound, and like you can't take berserkers.
Sure.
And whatever. And then that army has a different set of 8 stratagems, but you can't use the other 8 stratagems. Sure. It's just you're either playing as that army and you get these 8 stratagems, or you don't get them.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of weird. And then it's the same for like warlord traits and stuff. What I'm not super excited about is like.
Don't they have like one warlord trait, one relic, or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
you can't pay for multiple warlord traits or whatever, right?
Well, I'm saying they only have one to choose from, right? Or do they have multiple to choose
You
from?
can only have one warlord trait.
Oh, that's okay.
Like
gotcha.
army wide. There isn't another because like
so they have multiple options, but you can only pick one.
Right. Okay. So like but then when you look at like the HQs that you're taking, it's kind of like
they're all special melee boys. And
like the ones that you want to take are like special HQs that are like named characters. So they're only getting this is the warlord trait that you get, right? And a lot of the warlord traits, I believe, that are like generic warlord traits, or like if you want to take like a regular HQ, aren't like super amazing.
Sure. So
you're kind of like, oh, okay. But the Lord Invocatus or the Avocado is what a lot of the World Leaders players are
Avocado Lord
is nuts. He is just a giant bag of pistachios. Like he's just super nuts. Yeah, he gives all core units around him plus 2 inches to I believe their move, advance, and charge.
All of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In like 6 inches around. It might not be charge, but it's definitely 2 to their movement characteristic.
Sure.
And then his warlord trait is let me put this back up here. His warlord trait is he can give I believe it's 2 core units next to him pre-game move.
Ooh.
And when you look at 8-bound being core, not exalted 8-bound, but 8-bound or core, and 8-bound move 9 inches base.
So he gives him a pregame 11-inch move.
Pregame 11-inch move,
and then he can move up on his turn. On your turn, he can move up next to him and give him another.
And he
2
moves
inches.
like 12 inches.
Sure.
And flies. For some reason, he like rides the rainbow, like he's on a juggernaut or whatever. But he moves like 12 inches. So you move him up, and they get another 2 inches, right? Yeah. So they get
22 inches turn 1, and
22 inches turn 1,
charge,
and then charge. Yeah, and they kill good things. Like they kill a lot. They like if you're less than toughness 7, they're gonna murder you.
Right.
Like that's just kind of the way that it is.
Interesting.
So it's interesting, but it's also like. I don't know. Like it's a little bit sad because like Angron's really cool, and like I really like the model. I'm getting the model, because he's really dope and I want to run him, right? But when it's like you only get one warlord trait,
Yeah, it has to go. It has to go on Angron.
It has to go on Angron. So Angron's getting his Warlord trait. So you can't really run. I mean, you can run the Lord Invocatus as well, but you can't give him his Warlord trait for the pregame move, which is what's real spicy about him.
Right.
So it's kind of sad that you're like, okay, Angron's cool, but like competitively speaking, you're probably not taking him.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, he's also 18 wound model. He comes back though. He doesn't have that over Materian and Magnus Magnus.
Yeah, and 6 blood tithe points is like almost
trivial,
like,
right? I mean,
trivial.
you get it whenever a unit dies, right?
You get one whenever a unit dies, and then at the end of any phase, if a monster or vehicle died, or character, I think, you get another blood tithe point, and then you get another blood tithe point whenever a Titanic thing dies.
Yeah,
and so it's like, and then so Angron himself, when he dies, generates 2 blood tithe points because he's a monster.
Yeah.
And he's a unit that dies.
Yep.
So he generates 2. So all you have to have is 4 to bring him back.
Yeah.
The downside is like, okay,
So that makes him better. That does make him better than Mortarion and Magnus, who can just get shot off the board turn 1 usually.
I believe Angron is sub 400 points. I think he's 380, 360, somewhere in there.
That makes him better too.
Yeah. But like the downside is like one of the really strong things with Angron is he gives like a Chapter Master reroll to something. I think he gives like an aura of reroll 1s or something too. So like that aura is really strong and the Chapter Master is really strong. But if he's dead, he's not coming back until your reinforcement step, which means he's not giving out any of those.
The command phase
like
buffs,
he's not giving out the command phase buffs or anything like that. So you're like, okay, this is kind of okay.
Still reroll 1s and an aura around him.
Yeah, but you're most likely just using him to like charge at someone's face,
Right?
You know,
The
especially if
using to murder things.
especially if they've already shot him off the board. Like you don't want to bring him back like on your back line and just have him be shot off the board again because he only comes back with 8 wounds.
No, you want to bring him 9 inches away or closer if you're allowed to. Are you allowed to?
No, but there's a blood tithe thing that you can pay for to give your whole army +1 charge.
Nice. For the rest of the game, right?
Yeah, for the whole game, army wide whole game, +1 charge.
And you've probably already done that by this point because you want to.
I want to say it's like 4 blood tithe points to do that.
Okay, maybe not.
It's not a lot.
That might be a lot. Well, you won't be doing it right away.
Oh, I'll be doing it right away.
Do you start with blood tithe points?
No.
Then you won't be doing it right away. I'm saying.
You'll kind of be doing it right away. If I'm charging like 3 units across the board,
it won't help you with those 3 units. Is my point.
Sure, but those are the ones that I'm giving you to kill, so that I can get 4 blood tithe points to give the rest of my army +1 to charge.
Sure.
Like it's not. A lot of people are looking at running like 3x1 chaos spawn because they're like
just so they die.
Yeah, because they're like super cheap. They're like I think they're like 30 or 35 points a model, and you can run them as 1.
Yeah.
And they're just like 4 wounds, and they have like a terrible save or whatever. So you just like put them out there and just like charge them out and be like,
shoot them,
or they'll stay on a point.
Yeah.
And whatever, and it's like, well, I don't really want these around. And you're like, yeah.
And,
so you kill them,
and they're not terrible themselves at killing a chaff screening unit.
Yeah, I mean
they hurt cultists.
They can punch some stuff, like it's fine. Yeah, and then they probably die in return, and then you're like, yeah, blood tithe points.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's one of the things that like a lot of the world leaders are looking at. It's like running like MSU style stuff where you're like, yeah, you can kill these units if you like you can kill these units by looking at them, but it's blood tithe points. That's great. And they have a bonkers secondary that you just literally you spend blood tithe points for victory points. It's
pretty good.
Like at the end of the turn, right? Like before you spend blood tithe points, you can spend up to 3, and you get 2 victory points for each one that you spend, up to a maximum of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I spend 3 blood tithe points at the end of a turn, 5 victory points.
5 victory points.
Yeah, it's an easy 15. It's so easy.
No joke.
Yep. Yep. They're an interesting army. I think their secondary game is really strong. It's just more like if they go up against an army that is just going to wipe them off the board within the first 2 turns, then they're going to have a hard time.
Might have a hard time against Tau, who just maybe, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be.
Or chicken elves who shoot and then run away.
Yeah.
L's are big chickens. Baharoth even has chicken wings.
He does. He does have chicken wings.
I'm gonna fight you, and then I'm gonna teleport away.
He does do that.
So, I managed to get him in my game on Friday night against
Yeah.
a guy.
Yeah.
I got him. I got him twice even, because he needed him to stay on points, because points are how you win the game.
Yeah.
So, he couldn't just run away and hide forever.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Now you're thinking like,
That didn't.
oh, it didn't work.
I didn't grab it.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I know what the fiddliest parts of the bikes are.
Yeah.
The big stupid pauldrons. They never quite fit right on the lance arm.
Oh, because it's like angled with
Yeah,
with the
So,
cables or whatever.
We have to cheat and use super glue and the instant set stuff.
So, chat, what are some things that you're interested in to see in 10th edition? If 10th edition rumors are coming around, but what would you like to see
A lot of
for your army?
A lot of laughs for someone who got his tank shot up by Baharoth. Haha, yeah. Baharoth just randomly did 8 damage to a Coronis transport. Didn't kill it, but like 6 is a hit auto wound, and he just rolled 4 6s.
That's so funny.
And I didn't save any, so I was like, yep. 8 damage.
I remember walking by your game, and I was like, that Coronis is still around.
Yeah, he did.
Like, what is happening?
Remember how you said, some armies won't have the tools to deal with it?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
That was just that army.
Yeah.
Not every army's made to deal with a model like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
Not everybody's Ultramarines.
And why would you?
It's true. Yeah, at a certain point, you're like, oh, I can just ignore it. I
Yeah.
don't care. Come on. Mr. Wire.
Yeah, so chat, tell us what you're excited about 10th edition.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun on Friday.
That was so much fun.
That was really good. I missed getting out and playing games.
Get on there.
It was really good to see everybody, and had a great turnout.
Yeah, we had like 16 people all told, I think.
Yeah.
Between players, painters, and watchers.
The Watchers.
Some people like it to do, and some people like to watch,
Yeah, you know. Oh, do-do-do-do. Fishing through.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, boy!
Let's see if this other shoulder pad should go on better because his arm's just going straight. So we'll see. Custodians are so much better than Marines. They got way bigger shoulder pads than Marines have. That's how you know you're elite. The size of your pauldrons.
Look at the size of them. Look at the size of them.
That's
the
no
size
moon.
of those pauldrons.
That's a pauldron.
It can't be a pauldron. Look at the size. Just imagining that meme. Just like, this is like a pauldron.
A custodian's pauldron just floating through space.
You could totally do that, like Angron's pauldron too.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
Angron's pauldron is like the
Oh, yeah,
size
he's got
of
that
like.
giant one.
Oh, it's so huge.
There you go. 1 bike down, 2 more to go. And then begins painting 8 bikes. Oh. I'll put you on your side so your lance doesn't fall off.
I hate it when my lance falls
I
off.
hate it when your lance falls off, too. I also
What?
hate that. So I always tell people, save all your bits. I know you disagree. But bikes don't have any bits to save. Bikes have 2 little machine gun bits and a head. That's what you save from bikes.
Yoda Tech is hoping for fewer strats CP and fewer gotcha moments. Also, AP and mortals need to be toned down.
I agree with your second half for sure. We can talk about the first half, but
Gold, are you guys going to be there next Friday for game night?
As in this Friday
coming
or next Friday?
No, we will not be here this coming Friday. Next Friday, also no. I'll be playing on stream next Friday.
I might be there. I don't remember the schedule. I'll have to look.
I believe Kyle is playing me next Friday.
Right, I'm saying I might be able to go to Jay's next time.
Yeah. We're gonna try to on nights when someone isn't playing, for them to be at Jay's to hang out with people and to play.
That's the hope.
Is the overall rule of thumb general idea.
Life happens, things get in the way, but
Yeah.
we'll try our best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love playing Custodies.
And then doing more nights like Friday where we all just take a night off and go and play and have fun and interact with the community.
Do you want the sprue to make sprue warriors like that one guy?
Sprue warrior.
I showed my wife that post. She thought that was hilarious. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who. Have you seen that?
Probably.
He took all his sprues and kit bashed them to make a bunch of Necron warriors.
That's so funny.
He got twice the Necron warriors. He tricked GW. He said suckers.
Yeah. Well, I guess they give you the guns, the extra guns for it. So. Because you get the Reapers or the Flayers.
Well, no, he had bits of sprue for the gun too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll show you later. It was pretty
That's
fantastic.
silly. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with them changing around AP and stuff like that too. I don't know. It's interesting to think about.
Shoot.
Marines are a little bit off the rails right now, and I won't even argue with it.
Like AP wise, because of Devastator Doctrine, because of the doctrines. You mean?
Literally, that's like just the meta for Marines at this point. It's just like you play a Marine chapter that can just hang out in Devastator Doctrine, and you score 15 points on Codex Warfare.
Sure.
And then all of your weapons, like you just load out on heavy weapons, and all of your weapons have like way more AP than they're supposed to have all game. All game.
I don't think that's what the what are the Dark Angels lists doing? Because
They're still hanging out in Devastator too.
even though they're all Thunderhammers and Storm Shields.
Yeah.
Okay. I get, but there are also bikes and multi-meltas. That's the other half of the army.
Yes, that's
True.
the other half of the army is you play bikes with multi-meltas. Yeah. Like Black Templar is running that too because like all of their vehicles get like free multi-meltas. Mm-hmm. So you run like I'm pretty sure the Black Templar like Impulsor, the like transport gets
Like
a
the
multi-melta.
little like open top looking
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that gets a multi-melta and it's free and it's also super cheap. So you're just like Black Templar are being really weirdly like here's it's all
Oops,
all
all melta.
vehicles, whatever, right? And Black Templar army-wide 5-up invul.
Yeah.
So now you're like, oh, and they're durable. So yeah, what's going on there? Okay, let's talk about it. I started in 8th with very few CP, which limited the strats I could use as Custodies. Okay.
I don't know how much CP did you have in 8th, because 8th edition strats at the end of the game. Although they had that whole Psychic Awakening book near the end, where everyone got like even more strats. We had a lot of cool strats to use, like that didn't get carried over to our 9th edition book. Like the double shoot strat. You remember that one?
Yeah,
That was
nightmares about that one.
Pick an infantry unit. They double the number of shots they get. That one kind of became one of our karates, but it only affects. It's only one turn, obviously, because it's karate.
It only affects weapon or spear, like weapons that are also guns. Right?
Yeah. So the spears, the swords, and the axes.
Yeah.
So no more double shooting Venatari, which is what you use it on, of course, the old strat.
Yeah.
Gosh, that was so much fun. 24 shots, hitting on 2s, exploding 6s, rerolling 1s because you're next to a captain, of
Say
course.
fun. I don't know.
Strength 6, AP2, damage 2. Marine killers.
Oh, I just broke the.
Oh
I
no!
didn't break the LED. I just broke the thread. Come here. You're supposed to undo yourself. Is what you're supposed to do. What are you doing?
We did, but the CP was based on the number of formation you brought. You'll have to explain that to me. I don't understand what that means. Because again, we didn't play in 8th.
Nope.
When did we start playing? It's 2021, right?
9th.
Well, yeah, but like it was
Yes, it was 2021.
spring of 2021 is when I bought my first box. So you were a little bit ahead of me, obviously, but I bought a Death Watch box, and I'm glad I did not stick with them and build a 2,000 point army with them.
Yeah, they're trash right now.
Yeah.
It's like their special ability is that like you don't get doctrines. Or you can pick what doctrine you want to be in at the start of each turn, but you can't re-pick the same doctrine.
Mm-hmm. But there's only three doctrines.
Right, but you can't So
two of the turns.
Every other Space Marine chapter can now stay in Devastator Doctrine or
Right.
stay in Tactical, and Deathwatch can't. So like literally, what you have to do as a Deathwatch player is bring an allied detachment of knights to break your super doctrine, so that you can get regular doctrine.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. An eighth, your detachment gave you CP instead of costing them, and they don't regenerate each turn. Interesting. I mean, yeah, so, I don't know. If it was like a battalion equivalent, though, you still have all the flexibility that a battalion gave you, which, I mean, well, less than Ark's own gives you, obviously, but... Interesting. Does that mean you could just load up on patrols and get more CP? Patrol equivalents? I don't know. Again, we didn't play 8th edition. I guess it's not relevant. Because it will never be 8th edition again. They may one day be similar, but not the same.
8th edition part 2.
I would like universal rules to say universal. My big speed is how towers limited with non-LS guns, but guarded's fine. I thought they got rid of the guard ignoring the LOS buff. Wasn't that in the data slate?
They did, but now they have an order that gives them +1 to hit and +1 AP.
Sure.
So it's like you ignore it anyway, and then they can like bounce orders. So like 3 mortar teams can get that ignore thing.
I agree with the more universal rules thing. I hate that everyone has a different name for a 5-up Feel No Pain or a 6-up Feel No Pain. Yeah. It should just be the same. Like Magic. Haste is haste in Magic. Trample is trample in Magic. You just know what it does. Prowess is prowess. So.
Hey, Justin. What's up?
That's how it should be, too.
We're talking about what we want to see in 10th edition. What we would like to see GW change, go back to.
Yeah, why can't all the Deep Strike abilities just be all Deep Strike, and then everyone will say, oh, I know what Deep Strike is.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
As a Magic player, I know they're not the same game, I know, blah, 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 but, like, I see a keyword.
We already continually use keywords and stuff like that, where it's just like, oh, what are they doing? Oh, they're Deep Striking. You're like, okay, cool. There's literally nothing in the 9th edition rules that say Deep Strike. It's not a word.
Right. It's all High in the Skies, or Telepotarian for me, or...
Manta Strike,
or what are the Necrons? One of those burrowing something, right? The Ophidians.
Burrowing Nightmares or Transdimensional.
It's all the same thing with different names.
Whatever.
Just call it Deep Strike.
I keep putting this guy back up here. Hey, you guys want one of these? We're giving one away. End of the month, we're giving this away. All you have to do is be in our Discord, have the subscriber roll. That's it. We're giving one of these away. And
then, the month after that, we're giving one of these away.
You want to give away your Trajan? We'll give away Calvin's Trajan.
Yeah, I have 2 extra Trajans. We're giving one away the month after that. we're not giving away just the piece of paper.
No,
we're also giving away the Trajan itself.
The actual Trajan.
Some assembly required.
The man, the myth, the legend, if you will. And I will.
So join our Discord. Be in there.
Be there.
Have a chance to win this guy. And then the month after, have a chance to win this guy. As every Custodians player can tell you, don't leave home without your Trajan. I got mine in my back pocket right now.
No, you don't.
Kapow! Second Amendment. The right of the citizenry to bear Trajan shall not be infringed.
I don't...
It's what it says. It's totally what it says. Don't believe me? Go look it up.
Alright, that one works. I have one more LED to finish.
Woo!
I have one more. I'm so excited. And then I have to,
figure out how to hide them all, though.
I have to put all these wires together. And I've done it. I did it once with this one.
Okay.
So these are the 3 ones that'll go in the side compartments. And then they're all wired together to this DuPont connector.
Sure.
And then that'll be... But I'm not short of places to hide stuff.
Okay.
Like inside the monolith or whatever, right? So I'm not...
It doesn't have a base, does it?
Yeah, it has a base.
Where's the base?
It is.
I was trying
right
to. Oh, that's a big base. Okay.
Yeah, it's 160 millimeter base.
So, like, my question: how are you going to hide like the power supply and everything in the terrain? Or
yeah, I don't know. I'm figuring that out.
okay,
We're doing it live.
we're doing it live.
Kind of just figuring it out as we go.
Get that way you perfect it for the next monolith.
Yeah.
That way, when you play 3 monoliths in the same list.
Yeah. Universal special rules were a thing in 7th edition. But we dropped it in the 8th changeover. Deep Strike was one of them.
Yeah.
The Deep Strike, feel no pain, right?
We still those are the words we still use.
Yeah.
Because those are the universal rules.
I played my first game against some word bearers. How did it go, Mr. Justin?
Did they bear word?
Word bearers are pretty cool and scary.
Were they? Did their pauldrons all say BEAR?
Bear?
Yeah, the bear. The word
You
bear.
gotta bear the word.
Word the bear.
The bear is the word.
Bear.
Don't you know about the word?
Everybody knows that the bear.
The bear is the word.
Bear. Bear. Doing that. Click. Snip. Snip. Snap.
Snip, snap. Gotta give him the clamps.
Gotta practice my stabbing. Custodians always practice their stabbing. They're really good at it.
They're so good at it. And they do always practice it.
Just ask every model up there. Has died once to a custodian.
The warlord had many, many attacks. The world eaters, or the word bearers warlord.
Interesting.
What did he run as his warlord? Was it
Oh, snap.
I don't even know. I don't even know what word bearers tend to run as their warlord.
I mean, they have chaplains, right? Slap ones? I assume they do. They're the word bearers.
Probably. Yeah.
I hope they have slap
just
ones.
an amped up chaplain.
Somewhat close when the end I was defeated.
Ah.
What were you playing?
Word bearers.
That hot word-on-word action.
Do. Fishing tiny LEDs. Oh, don't. Okay, I dropped that one. I'll pick it up later.
Drop that.
I dropped it.
Like it's hot. Charles, what's the next event you're going to? As far as you know, is it just the dialogue? Are we going to something else besides dialogue? I know Steven's going to do a million things.
Yeah. At this point,
But his kids are older than ours.
At this point, yeah, Iowog is the current plan. I don't have anything else necessarily on the books. Yeah.
Looking forward to it for sure.
There were a couple RTTs that I wanted to get to, but I just have family events that are popping up around that time, like my brother-in-law getting married, and I'm like, I guess I have to go to that. I texted Andrea at one point. I was like, hey, there's this RTT that's on. I think it was the like Nurgling RTT or whatever that's in April. And I was like, there's this RTT that's on this date, and it was in April or February. No, March or I don't know. Anyway, it was whenever that is.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can I go to this? And she was like, that's the day my brother's getting married. And I was like, so I texted her back. I was like, and so I'm guessing that's a no. That I can't go and do this. And she was like, yeah, it's definitely a no. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah. I guess I'll go to my brother-in-law's wedding.
Take it from me, they're overrated.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Cha.
I think I'm gonna have to DJ for that wedding too.
Hey, it's more resin money. It's more model money.
They're coming. Well, yeah. I don't know. We'll see how much. We'll see how much money I make from it.
Yeah,
it's family, so.
Give them a special Friends of Rick discount.
Yeah. What's the best dynastic code if you're not running the Silent King? Yeah. It depends. I'm sorry, Justin. I played Eldar. I don't remember who the warlord was. A dude riding some mechanical beast. Oh, it was the Lord Discordant.
Yeah, that one.
On Hellstrider, probably. Yeah, that's a cool guy.
It's a very cool model.
Best dynastic code. if you're not running the Silent King. So you're asking just like what dynasty to run? It depends on how you want to build your army. I'm looking at Novak for doing Necrons right now because
That's also how you're painted.
No, they're painted as Nihilek.
Oh, sorry, I got the wrong in.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. You can be forgiven. So a lot of people are looking at Nihilek right now anyway, because they get Nihilek gets army-wide OBSEC, and then they get some other stuff that doesn't matter. It's like AP -1 and AP -2 is reduced by 1. They get Army of Contempt for AP -1, AP -2, while your unit is entirely in your deployment zone. Right. So you step outside the deployment zone, you no longer get it. And you're like,
but so since you can't pick Army-wide OBSEC and something else anymore, right?
Right. You're like, you might as well take that.
Might as well take that, and then, you get all the strats and the warlord traits.
Right, and their strat is a unit can shoot and perform an action in the same turn. It's not terrible to have. The warlord traits are awful. We don't look at the warlord traits because that's Necrons for you.
Really?
We don't look at warlord traits. They're
now
almost
curious.
all terrible.
I'm curious. What is it?
You want to know what the Nihilek warlord trait is?
I want to know what Nihilek is. I want you
Let's
to
crack
show
it open and
me.
take a look. Because it's...
Take a look. It's in a book. Necron Codex.
Relics. Mefrit. Where is it? Sotek, Cesarican. Novak. Nihilek. The Infinity Mantle.
Ooh, sounds cool.
Sorry, this is their relic.
Oh.
Yep. Add 1 to the armor saving throws made for the bearer, and each time the bearer would lose a wound on a roll a d6 on a 6, that wound is not lost.
6 of Feel No Pain is not bad.
Yeah. This costs a CP.
Well, yeah, all
Yeah.
relics cost that now.
Yeah.
Okay, but and add 1 to the wound roll.
Yeah. And what are we putting this on?
I don't know, Catacomb Command Barge, I guess.
Why would I put this on a Catacomb Command Barge?
I don't know, what are you putting it on?
Exactly. I'm putting this on an Overlord. I'm putting this on a Chronomancer. I'm putting this on a HQ model that's going to evaporate and die anyway.
Why would you put it on the Command Barge? Make it even tankier. I guess because you want the +1 damage axe on it, I assume.
Yeah, you probably want that or the upgraded relic Resurrection Orb.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, fine. Put it on the second Catacomb Command Barge.
The second one. Yeah, I suppose. All right, Dynastic Warlord traits. Nihilek. Precognitive Strike. At the start of the fight phase, if this warlord is within engagement range of any enemy units, it can fight first that phase. What are we putting this on again, Calvin? That's the question.
The Catacomb Command Barge.
It's not good. Why would I put that on the Catacomb Command Barge instead of, I don't know, -1 damage?
Sure.
Which is the warlord trait that you usually put on Catacomb
Sure.
Command Barge. Like, it's not good. Anyway, yeah, our warlord traits aren't great. We don't really worry about them. We have like a couple good ones, and that's basically it. You don't worry about the relics. But yeah, so Nihilek is basically your army-wide OBSEC plus, basically. Since you're not taking the custom dynasty, right? If you take the custom dynasty, it's like, why not take Nihilek? So Nihilek's really good if you want army-wide OBSEC, which everybody loves army-wide OBSEC. It's probably still a really good competitive option for you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Novak because I feel like the Necron army in general is way better at melee than it is at shooting.
Oh no.
What'd you do? You dropped something?
Dropped a little fiddly piece over here. And I
Uh-oh.
heard a mouse.
Careful.
We'll see. You keep talking about melee.
So yeah, I feel like they're just way better at melee than they are at shooting. So I just tend to lean into that melee a lot more. Novak is +1 to charge, which is nice, and +1 AP on the charge, which is also really nice. So all of your it's even nice for scarabs. Charge scarabs and now they're AP 1.
Yeah.
That's good. So, yeah, that's my consideration. It's probably either Nihilek or Novak. I think Mefrit might have some play. It's like you don't get any cover if I shoot you within half range,
Sure.
and then it's like extra AP on the weapons, on shooting weapons, I believe as well. It's not terrible. If you want to go into the shooting side of things and just be like overload things with like Locust Destroyers and Warriors and I don't know, the Flyers, I guess, if you want to bring them. I want more morphology for my army. Golda, you run Tyranids. You want more morphology. Like,
So he wants to be able to pay 3 mana and put a Tyranid from his hand face down.
is Magic Jokes doing anything for
And
you guys?
then later you can pay its morph cost and turn it up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't use the stack. So
Right.
you can Willbender
Right.
and switch the target of a spell with a split second. So, Willbender. One of the better cards out there. Maybe not in a competitive scene, but it's a heck of a lot of fun.
One of the better ones.
Nothing feels better than Willbendering
Nothing feels better.
someone's 7 mana steel spell, a split second, whatever it's called. Commandeer?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't play Magic anymore.
Not since the accident.
Not since the 40k accident.
Yeah. You did this to me!
I did do this to you. I was like, Calvin, come learn this game with me. It's really cool.
And now Trajan's in my belly.
And you're like, is it cool? And I'm like, yeah, it'll be cool. And you're like, yeah, this is kind of cool.
It scratches a lot of the same edges.
It
And
does.
I've been very disappointed with the way Hasbro's been taking Magic recently. So, it just happened at the right time, I guess.
I want Dire Avenger Shrine. I don't know what Dire Avenger Shrine is. That sounds cool. I want a counterspell.
Play Custodes. We have them.
No. Just like
We have counterspells.
No. Suddenly the game gets really stupid because it's like a universal stratagem that everyone has access to.
Uh-huh.
It's like 1 CP. Like your opponent's stratagem costs 1 more CP, and then
That's not a counterspell.
no, but it just gets really dumb because then your opponent says, okay, I'll use the same stratagem to make your 1 CP stratagem 1 more CP.
Do you remember 8th edition Solar Watch? That was their stratagem. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It was a 0 mana, 0 CP stratagem.
It's like when you kill the character.
When I killed a character, the next stratagem you would have done would cost 1 more CP, and so
Yeah,
I
I
could lock
remember
you out of
that.
the game.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. We were still learning the game, and we had a good time.
I didn't like it.
He had castled up a bunch of Ultramarines around Tigurius, but he kind of opened up the castle, and I was able to charge an Achilles in there and kill Tigurius. And I said, okay, your next strat costs 1 more CP. And then I killed another character. Okay, your next strat costs 1 more CP. And he just couldn't, even with getting CP back, he could never spend anything for the rest of the game.
Yep.
That was a good game. I'll say it was as good a game as it gets, but that was a heck of a lot of fun. I miss a lot of things about the Custodes 8th edition book. Now that Travis has walked out, now welcome to Custodes chat. I'll be your guide, Calvin Foster. So, Custodes chat time. We lost a lot of good strats when we got the new book. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff in the new book, but lost a lot of good, interesting strats.
I got all these paints out, and I'm going to spend all night doing electronics, is what I'm going to do. I got my wire strippers, I got my DuPont crimpers, I got my DuPont connectors. This is what I'm going to do for the night, is electric stuff. What do you think about these, though? You like them?
Those are pretty. Oh, shoot.
Yeah?
Those are pretty cool, man.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Those are fantastic. Those That's part of the model, right? You didn't just freehand lights on it.
No, yeah, that's part of it. Yep.
Pretty cool. Those are going to look great, all glowy.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah. I got to work on these guys a little bit.
Oh, sure. Before you settle them.
Color them up a little bit, yeah. You don't see them. You don't see a lot of it. Like they're once it's assembled, they're kind of hidden behind some things, but you do see them a little bit.
You see them a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint them up a little bit.
It's pretty cool. I'm excited for this on the table.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm excited for an Achilles Dread to one-shot it.
Yeah, well, this time I won't just like move it forward and then let your Achilles Dread make a 10-inch charge or something into it that was insane, and then also just murder it in one go. Like, oh my gosh, freaking tabletop simulator, get out. Ugh. Nightmares, just nightmares, man. I just have them all the time.
I can't wait for Trajan to fight twice and take it down. How much health does it have? It has like 20...
It's like 28. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so Trajan would have to fight twice, and it'd have to all get through.
Which it probably will.
No salt here, folks.
I mean, 40K it's a shared experience, right?
Yeah.
It's a built narrative.
Yeah.
It's a shared built narrative. So I'm glad that I was able to build that narrative with you that day where you murdered a monolith with a single dreadnought in a single fight phase.
That was a heck of a lot of fun.
Jarrett, Jared's wife is starting Custodes.
Yes! Yes! I shouldn't yell because the children are asleep upstairs, but yes! Custodes! They're so golden and so beautiful. You made a right choice.
Marrying your wife.
Yes, and she made a right choice.
In starting Custodes.
And starting Custodes. Not marrying. Good job, Mrs. Morrison.
If that really is your name.
Dun dun dun. Well, hey, stay tuned, Mrs. Morrison. We're giving away a Trajan next month. Or if you want to just buy one for cheap, you can message me now, and I'll sell you one for I think $20. Because I think they're $40 retail. That sounds about right.
I have no
to
idea.
go look.
Yeah.
Whatever half retail is, I'll sell you a Trajan right now because you want a Trajan. But if you're patient, you can also wait till the end of the month and hope to win one, and then buy one for me after that.
Maybe I will win it.
She says they're cute. Yeah, gold
They are
is cute. Yoda Tech, I miss our three up Imble. I do too.
I don't.
Everyone else got to keep their 3 up
I don't.
Imbles. Goleman still has his 3 up Imble. He doesn't have his new book yet, but whatever. But like the Neurothrope got to keep his 3 up Imble. Drago got to keep his 3 up Imble. We used to be kids out of 3 up Imbles everywhere, but now we have one phase of the game once. So, yep. You still have a 3 up Imble, so no. You still have several 3 up Imbles. So,
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, you're a jerk. Goleman and the Vitrix Guard still have 3 up Imbles.
Listen, just because we still have good 8th edition rules, and not a 9th edition supplement, right? Don't hate us. Don't be hating.
But like, because we used to load up, so Trajan we used to have a 3 up Imble. The Eagle Eye, we used to have 2 3 up Imble relics, one for the bikes, and just the Eagle Eye used to be 3 up Imble all the time. So all my characters could have 3 up Imbles. And then if I wanted, the troops could all have the shields, which are also 3 up Imbles. So, yeah, I miss them too, Yoda Tech. Why on the subject we talk about how GW are cowards because they won't give our axes 2x strength. Here. Yeah. Maybe not 2 times strength on the axes, but damage 3 would have been really nice in this -1 damage meta that we seem to be in.
Or give you a strat for +1 damage.
Or give me that'd be great too.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But I wish the axes had gotten damage 3.
You know what World Leaders got?
What?
Strat for +1 damage.
Nice.
It's 2 CP. It's for Terminators or 8-bound.
Okay.
So yeah, you can push.
That's
you can push
useful.
8-bound up to like damage 3.
Which is useful when you're going against dreadnoughts
Or the Terminators like free accursed weapons to damage 2.
Okay.
Which is also useful when you're going to like I don't know, like Marines or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. More damage is usually always good.
Yeah. Usually.
And if it's a strat, you don't lose out on the opportunity
When
cost.
is not good?
When you're going from 1 damage to 2 against a -1 damage army.
Oh, okay.
That's about it. I'd like to see some troop loves for the Tyranids. Oh, that's another thing I would like to change in 10th edition. So
Well, you don't like Tyranid warriors?
no, well, not that. Oh, you're talking to him? Yeah. They were
Warriors are great.
they're not as great anymore. They're still good.
Okay, well, they're not as great now that, like, Leviathan doesn't give them transhuman or whatever. Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Look how freaking cool that is. Oh, my gosh.
But I was gonna say, that is beautiful, man. Nice.
Yeah,
It's
boy.
cool that you can set them,
write that as-
stagger them or whatever.
You can see it on the camera, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of just like a random, like... Because they have these little... They have, like, built-in chips or whatever on the line, so they're just kind of random pulses. So
Yeah.
they're not all the same
Yeah.
pulse all the time.
I wish, but like what he said about the Tyranid troops, I mean, like, I wish Horde armies would get some love, because, like, morale kills... Like, the new Oracle Codex came out, right? You can take boys in groups of 30, but you don't, because of morale, right? Or the Termagants and Hermagants or whatever.
I almost feel like I wish morale mattered more. Right? Yeah, that, like... Because, like, okay, so I play Marines. I like, almost never care about morale.
Right.
Like, it's all rarely, if ever, is it, like, an issue for me to be like, oh, I need morale. You play Custodes. It's also almost never an issue for you. It's just high leadership stuff that doesn't matter.
I would have
right?
to take a 7-man unit before it matters.
Yeah,
And
which, I mean, you have,
lose,
like...
and
like
lose 6 in a single go.
You remember that game where you were playing the all Venatari list, and you had a big unit of Venatari, and
It's supposed to have been 8th.
you failed. I don't think so.
Or like before the new book came out. I mean.
Maybe. I think you rolled a 6, like, on the morale,
Yeah.
and then you rolled 2 1s,
I don't remember
and then
that.
you had 1 Venatari left,
Yeah.
and you were like, "What is happening?"
I do remember that. Yes. It would have been pre 9th because
Was it?
that's
Okay.
when I was still using Venatari because they
I don't know. You've run them a few
little
times
bit.
after 9th. It could have been one of those games.
sure. Well, a 6-man squad in Venatari now doesn't matter
Okay,
because 6 plus 5 is 11,
gotcha.
and if you kill 6, the whole squad's gone, and morale doesn't matter anyway.
Sure.
So it must have been when they had leadership 9 or 10 in the old book. So, but yeah, that was funny.
Tyranids don't care about it unless you kill the synaptic units. Yeah.
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah. I feel like almost everywhere there's armies that just, like, don't care about morale, like, at all. And even if they do care about morale, they usually don't.
Right.
So I'd kind of like to see, I don't know, like, a part of me is like, either don't have it
Sure.
or make it matter more, you know, is what I'd like to see.
Oh no. My exhaust manifold.
Orcs should be immune to morale.
Yeah, they're all about crumping.
I'll meet halfway a little bit and say orcs should be immune to morale during the WA.
Sure. Okay. That makes
You call
sense.
the WA, two rounds, no issue with morale.
Right.
They're amped up, they're ready to go.
Right.
WA ends, now they're scared.
Right.
I like, that's thematic, and I feel like it would be good. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that Tyranids aren't scared because of the hive mind stuff, and yeah.
You just gotta scare the hive mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get rid of the synaptic
Yeah.
link, right? And then they're like, oh, I don't have my connection to the hive mind anymore.
No.
I'm kind of scared.
You scare the hive mind.
Oh, right.
With
Yeah.
Trajan.
With Trajan.
Coming in Trajan in a void suit on his way to whatever the big hive mind ship is. Gonna call through it.
There's more than one, but yeah.
He's gonna jump to the next one. Trajan Valoris, you mind telling me what you're doing? Giving the hive mind back their bomb. Which is a Halo 2 quote that I realized you never played the Halo games, not the campaigns.
I absolutely played all the Halo games.
You were a PlayStation guy.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you didn't play.
Okay, I didn't play them as they came out, but I
Sure.
definitely played them.
Okay, sure, fine. Well, okay, fine then. Giving the Tyranids back their bomb.
Yeah. The first Halo that I ever played was when Halo 1 came out on PC,
Sure. Okay.
which was still a while ago.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. I was my dad and I built a PC together when I was young. And then there was Halo 1 on Halo Combat Evolved on PC
Nice.
at Best Buy, and I talked him into buying it for me.
Nice.
Even though I was way too young for a rated M for mature game.
I mean, it's just alien blood, right? Totally.
No, I agree with you that of all the rated M for mature games, Halo is like, oh, okay, why is this M for mature? You know?
I mean, it's not it's not Grand Theft Auto or
Right, exactly. But yeah, I talked him into it, and I loved it. I loved
Let's see,
it.
you would have been
It was great.
Well, I don't know. It would have been after Halo 1. Halo 1 came out in 2001.
It definitely would have been after Halo 1 came out.
So you'd have been 11 when Halo 1 came out. So when it came out for PC, you'd have been 12 or 13.
Something like that. I don't know.
Parents' discretion. And that's my view on that kind of stuff. It's like, right now we're watching all the Studio Ghibli movies, for example, and just trying to see which ones. Okay, can we show these to our girls yet, or should we wait? Whatever. So some are waiting on, some they're already watching and having a great time. It's like we love Ponyo, Arrietty, and Totoro.
Yeah.
And also Castle in the Sky now, which may be a little bit on the higher side, but we're doing it anyway.
Go.
Seeing 2-up damage weapons at 1 with infantry is also a waste. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Oh, so that's answering the question of when is 2 damage but worse than 1.
Oh, sure.
If you're shooting at 1 wound models. It's not like worse, it's just whatever, it's just what you have to work with.
Yeah.
All my basic shooting, all Custodian's basic shooting is damage 2. Although, except for these they don't get enough love, but these little wrist grenade launchers are such a weird, cool profile on these Terminators. Mm-hmm. They're D3 shot, they're Assault D3, Strength 5, AP 3, 1 damage, which is a weird profile if you think about it, but it's very useful for sometimes trying to clean up chaff a little bit. Oh, that was another cool strat we lost when we got the new book. Terminators used to be able to ignore Lookout Sir as a strat. So
Yeah, I remember that.
you deep strike a 10-man blob of Terminators, and then you pay to ignore Lookout Sir, and you just dump 40 axe shots and 40 times D3 wrist grenade launcher shots into a character, and you just get them with weight of damage.
Yeah, I remember that. That wasn't I wasn't a fan of that. A Terminator squad should not ignore Lookout Sir. Insanity.
So that was one of the ones we lost. That was fun, though.
Insane in the membrane.
Oh, and then the turn after, you take a turn. Well, then you hopefully you make a charge and go to town with 10 axes, and then the turn after you unleash the lions and split them all.
Yeah. No.
The mean dream.
No.
These days we can only split 6 of them, which I'm looking forward to doing. Only.
Let me see.
I only own 4 Terminators currently because I have 2 boxes. One became a Termi Captain, and one became a Vexilla in Terminator armor. So,
Yeah.
but I have 6 more now, so I'll have 10. And I'll just need 3 more boxes, and I'll have my 3x6. And then you can see Oops All Terminators, because as already discussed, I love playing SKU-less. Let's pick this unit and build. And what's the best list we can pick if we max out this unit?
Yeah.
So I'm loving Arcs at the moment. It makes everything so much easier for me now.
It makes things so much easier for everybody.
Yeah.
Our one's great.
Also, my troop tax was minimum 330 points.
Yeah.
I don't know what... I mean, Marines' troop tax is less than that. Necron's troop tax is less than that. If you bring a battalion, you know what I mean? For a battalion, I'm talking.
Yeah, I mean...
And in the old book,
Marines troop tax used to be... It was like 95 points for a unit of 5 assault intercessors.
Okay.
So it was close to 300.
Yeah.
For a troop tax for
285.
Marines.
285?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not much. 65 points
Yeah,
less.
that was our cheapest troop.
But in the old book, prosecutors weren't troops, so my troop tax was 405. So I got a little better, and then now it's even better when I don't have to worry about it at all.
I'm stripping.
Woo! Woo! Hey, yeah, look at that. Woo! Order now, and you can have this Trajan that Travis stripped for. Do you want him? Trajan Stewart?
No. I did not name my children Trajan. Didn't do it. I gotta think what I want to do here.
No, you, because you're Travis, so it's close to Trajan.
Close.
Close. Sorry, you had me all flustered. I forgot what step I was on.
You're so flustered. Why are you so flustered? What's wrong?
I'm having the vapors.
The vapors.
What are we missing in chat? Accidents, tyranny, don't care. Okay, sure. I'd like to see some new units for the Tyrannid. Well, what kind of unit would you like to see for the Tyrannid? If Golda, if you could have a new Tyrannid unit now, what would it be? What would it do? They don't really have an apothecary equivalent, do they? They don't really heal. But I mean, that's not really.
I mean,
They just spawn new things. Is what they do. They
Yeah.
don't heal. They just spawn new things.
I mean, the Tervagon, right, can like heal Tervagon units back.
But I think the fluff is that he's spawning new ones. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not resurrecting dead ones or resurrecting wounded
Yeah,
ones.
I mean, yeah, thematically, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of the same thing.
Like
yeah.
the parasite of Mortrex or whatever, it spawns rippers. It infects you with rippers and they burst out from your chest.
Yeah.
You go, ree!
Ree.
This little ripper went ree all the way home.
Come on. Shooba de doop boop boop. Wiring's fun. Hooray, wiring.
Don't shock yourself.
off of two AAA batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I'm alright. Put them in my mouth.
Why is that Monolith smoking?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, see? Snip, 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 snap, snip, snap. The vasectomy, and then the reverse vasectomy, and then the vasectomy again. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
What?
The Office.
Oh, okay.
Which I know you don't like, but it's very funny.
Yeah. It's okay.
You're not too keen on cringe humor, though, are you?
Yeah, I don't like terrible people. And Michael Scott
So you don't like Seinfeld, then?
is a
Right?
terrible person. Seinfeld kind of came before I feel like television was they're not nice people, but they're not like horrendous.
No, they're
people.
horrendous people.
Like they're not.
They're horrendous people.
They're
They
not
got that guy
as
deported.
bad. Okay, but like I don't know. It's different. It's not quite the same.
They're like the original horrible people on television
Yeah.
as a sitcom.
Yeah, I mean, but like the original, which means that they're not like television has like progressed.
Sure.
Like it's gotten they're like, yeah, let's take this and just go way further with it, right? Like you can't tell me that like Seinfeld
Hold on.
is on the same level as like Always Sunny. in
You like Always
Philadelphia.
Sunny in Philadelphia, though. Those are horrendous people.
Can you I'll give you 3 guesses as to how many episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia I've seen.
Okay. 10.
No.
1.
No.
15.
No.
Okay.
It's probably less than 5.
Okay. I
full
thought
episodes.
you liked that show.
Like it's okay. Like I don't know. Like I like the like clips or whatever are funny.
Yeah.
But like
Those
I
are
don't
also
know.
horrible
Like
people.
I have not sat down and watched it. Yeah, they are horrible people. They're all horrible people. Like it's not my thing. Like I'm not the biggest fan of like, yeah, let's watch horrible people do horrible things to things.
You also like Gilmore Girls. I know
No, I
you
don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Those are also horrible people.
I live with someone who likes Gilmore Girls, but I'm not one of them.
Horrible Decisions, the TV show, I always call it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. When it comes to that. Gosh darn it.
Oh, I should not cut that lance out. I'm getting way ahead of myself. What do we got?
It would be a healer for the army. Yeah, okay. Kind of like from a gas it breathes out, and it would be something like a mix between a neurothrope and termagants. Okay. Yeah, okay. Like something that would heal like the big monsters.
Sure.
Or whatever, right? Yeah. Kind of like a Tyranid tech marine,
Yeah.
right?
It's cheaper to repair your giant biomass Hulk than it is to build a new one. It's more efficient. So, makes sense.
Yeah.
Get another 50,000 miles in that Carnifex, you know what I mean? Before
Yeah.
put it in the breeding pool.
Yeah, you gotta...
Or the digestion pool.
Yeah.
Breeding pool's a different thing.
It is a different thing. We don't know how Tyranids breed.
Probably not the same way the Semic breed. Probably not. I bet it's close.
Might be.
Have you seen that post where like all 10 of the shocklands can be are euphemisms for vaginas? It's like breeding pool, stomping ground, blood crypt, overgrown tomb. The end. All 10 of them work. Oh no. Okay, we're good. No, we're not good.
So Tyranids still have the Jones is acting strangely special rules. I don't know what that is, so
You'll have to elaborate
probably
for us.
not. Yeah.
Oh, that's when they get infected by a gene stealer cult. The Tyranids do.
Yeah.
From
When the Tyranids get infected by a gene stealer cult.
that would be cool. What if other Tyranids could infect other high fleets? Like different high fleets could infect each other with gene stealers. They're not all working together. What if each high fleet is working purely for itself and not in a unified fashion with the other ones? And so they would like war with each other.
That'd be interesting.
Who better eat Tyranid biomass than other Tyranids?
Yeah.
And what better place to court Italians than the Italian court?
Yeah.
I will give $1 to whoever can tell me what movie that's from without Googling, which I don't know how I prove you do it without Googling, but before the end of the stream, if you can say it in chat what movie that's from without Googling it.
Say the line again.
What better place to court Italians than the Italian court? I will Venmo you $1 and hold it to me in the Discord chat. But if you Google it, it doesn't count. So I'm pretty confident I can get away with this.
When do you think 10th edition is? Yeah, it's gonna be summer. I'm thinking June or July. I have nothing to go off of that, but that's what I'm thinking.
Just in time for the Iowog.
Yep.
That'd be interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I think by Iowa we'll be playing on 10th edition rules. Is what I think.
Pretty cool. Or maybe not. Considering they're in a pretty great spot right now. Although they didn't win. They didn't win any tournaments this week.
No?
Nope. Which, as I said, that means it's time to give Trajan and all the characters OBSEC back. Just like, that's what the book says.
Clearly.
Mr. Praetorian Plate Terminator Captain counts as 4 models and can zip around.
Yeah, what a terrible time. That was. It was so bad.
It was so good. It was so good. Reminds me of another great strat that we lost. We lost the, you could deep strike within 3 inches of a Vexel Praetor and outside of 6 with someone. But that was like a 3 CP strat.
Right.
So we probably wouldn't even get to use it even if we had it anymore, because 3 CP is a lot. Because I did that to you one time. I had managed to do it with a Telemon, have a Telemon be just outside 6 inches of you. And he had Eternal Penitent for the rerolls, so that was pretty fun.
I think he charged a Dune Crawler
Yeah.
and didn't kill it.
Somehow didn't kill. I
It
remember
has
that.
a 5-up invuln. So
That's right.
It's like, yeah.
Sometimes they live.
Yep. I think you lost that game, but you were like,
I had a lot of fun.
you're like, I'm taking this Dune Crawler with me.
Yeah. It was still a fun game.
Yeah.
I think it was the first time playing new AdMech, and the bombers just went to town.
Something like that, yeah.
Because,
So we didn't know how to deal with aircraft at that time.
well, and also, I mean, that was also pre-nerf AdMech.
Yeah.
Pre-nerf bombers.
I don't think the bombers were really ever nerfed.
Just aircraft in general were.
Yeah, it was like
Specifically because
the
of that,
nerf
though.
for bombers was like you can only take 2.
Yeah.
That was the nerf.
Stoll says the Jones rules from 2nd edition. Just choke the air, roll every turn to see if a guy explodes. Huh. No, Tyranids do not have that anymore. That'd be interesting.
I mean, they kind of. No, I mean the Parasite of Mortrex kind of does some stuff like that.
Kind of,
where
yeah.
like if he hits an infantry unit or something, then they
They become infected and they get D3 mortals on their command face,
yeah, something like that.
and then Rippers pop out of them.
Yeah. I don't know where my soldering iron went to. It is like missing. I've looked for it like 3 times over the last 2 days, and it's just gone. That's what I get for having a portable soldering iron. You set it down somewhere and it's just gone.
Have you tried summoning it?
No, I haven't tried summoning it.
Solder boy.
Please stop.
I'm giving the people what they want, man. They
It's
want
not.
Calvin karaoke.
That's not what they want. Yeah.
No one in chat's figured out my quote yet, so like I said, I was pretty safe on
Nope. I think you're okay. I think your dollar is safe, Calvin.
That's 1/55th of a Terminator box.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can do these while I've got stuff out.
Oh yeah, you're not going to paint tonight. You're just going to go all in on electronics.
Yeah, I mean, I've got it pretty much going here, so I'm excited. This is some good stuff. I just kind of wanted to be able to get this hooked up better, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Put you on. Then we put your arm on. Right arm, left arm.
Yeah. I think in a couple minutes here we might end the stream.
Sure.
Coming up on a couple hours here.
That was already 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Yeah,
9:58.
probably finish the spiking real quick.
Central
I just have
time.
to.
So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
had a good time.
We love dropping LEDs on the floor. We love hanging out with you guys. We love doing these hobby streams. It's just a fun way for us to relax and chill and get some hobby time in and talk about new stuff
Yeah.
and
Old
old
stuff.
stuff and yeah, just talk about stuff in general. Hang out with you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for hanging out with us. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're not in our Discord, get in the Discord. If you want one of these Azrak the Annihilators, get in there, get the subscriber roll, and Reflex Shack, think fast. Yeah, and then get yourself in the running for the giveaway at the end of the month, which will be this guy indeed. But yeah, thank you again so much for tuning in, for hanging out. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for hanging out as well. Any of the questions that we asked, throw it in the comment section down below. I read every comment. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. And yeah, if you have anything else to say, say it down there. But thank you guys so much. We really appreciate the feedback. For Improbable Wargaming, my name is Travis.
I'm Calvin.
And we will see you guys next time.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew.